Nicole here from Sydney English Teacher and from the Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher, and I'm coming to you live here on my Facebook page, here in my Facebook group, and here on my YouTube channel. So wherever you are, I say a big thank you for joining me and for making vocabulary learning a priority. Thank you so much. For those of you who are joining me on the replay, that's absolutely fine too. Thank you so much for taking the time to come back and to learn the 5 great new words that I've chosen for you this week. So welcome to episode number 15 of Nicole's Weekly Words. I've chosen some great words for you today. I really hope that you enjoy learning them. I believe that these words will be very useful for you and will really lift the level of your English. I always, every week, try to choose words that are, you know, a bit of a different level, not the basic words that we learn and use every day, but words that will impress in your writing, in your speaking, in your conversations with other people, especially with native speakers. You know, we use words like this all the time. And I want you to use words like this too, because, you know, that's your ultimate goal, to speak as naturally and confidently as possible at a high level that will allow you to connect with native speakers and to feel that your English is amazing. That's what we want. So I'm here to help you with that. Today we're going to be focusing on the letter G. I've chosen 5 words that all begin with the letter G. They are GABBLE, GROUNDWORK, GRAVITATE, GRIMACE and GULLIBLE. I don't know if you've heard of all of them before. If you have, please stick with me, because the goal here is not for you just to learn them, to recognize them, but actually to use them and to know how to use them properly and confidently. So that's why we're here today. Should we begin with the first letter? The first word for this week. I have chosen the word GABBLE. GABBLE. Can you say that? Excellent. So the word GABBLE, it's a great descriptive word. I really like the sound of this word. It sounds quite funny, gabble. So it's a great descriptive word which is used when someone talks and talks and talks and talks so quickly that people find it really difficult to understand them, you know. They can hardly understand what they are saying. And as a result, they switch off or they tune out. They don't listen anymore because it's just so unclear, or it doesn't make sense, or it's just too difficult to focus on what they're saying because it's really, really unclear and quick. So basically, if you gabble, you speak quickly and you don't speak clearly. Therefore, it's difficult for others to understand you. Does that make sense? So it's a fast conversation or a fast speech that is difficult to understand. Maybe because there's background noise, maybe because there's many other people talking around you at the same time, or maybe because this person is speaking in another language. You know, you don't understand this language very well, or you might be a beginner in this language, and they're speaking so quickly that it's almost impossible for you to understand anything, you know. That has happened to me many times. Yeah, so many people gabble without even realizing it, you know. Some people gabble or speak quickly as part of their character, you know. They're always speaking quickly. Even if you ask them to slow down, they still speak quickly because it's part of them. You know, it's part of their character. And some languages also naturally speak a lot faster than others. So do be aware of that. You know, if someone is gabbling and you can't understand and you ask them to slow down, don't get angry or frustrated if they don't slow down or if they're still really difficult to understand, because that might be part of their character to speak quickly and it's difficult to slow down, or it might simply be because in their native language everybody speaks quickly. Okay, so don't take offense. So gabble, great word, I love it. Some examples. She started gabbling away with her friends in Spanish, and I did not understand a single word. Or the movie extras were told to gabble in the background and to act like they were having a good time. Or whenever he and his friends gabble on about computer games, I completely tune out. Or the young boy gabbled excitedly after not seeing his grandparents all year. Yeah. So there you go, gabble. Another great word that I would like to teach you today and that I think you'll enjoy is the word groundwork. Groundwork. Can you say that? Great. So groundwork is the preliminary work, the base work, really the first steps that you need to complete so that the rest of the work can be done. So usually the groundwork is the work that you do to, I suppose, prepare for the more detailed and difficult work that comes later on, the more detailed and difficult work that you're going to do later. So the groundwork really makes those later steps a lot more simple, a lot easier, a lot quicker, I suppose. So you're really starting at the bottom, taking those first steps so that later it's easier. Look, think of it as maybe building a house, okay? Like a building. You know, you can't build the upper stories of a house or the roof of a house if you haven't first focused on the bottom, you know, focused on the first level, the ground level, the foundations, because that's really what holds the house together, you know, those lower levels and the foundations hold the house together, and then building the rest of the house once that's built is obviously a lot faster and easier. Yeah, so, you know, the groundwork, I suppose, is essential in anything. You always have to start somewhere. And those first steps, that first work that you do, will always be the most important because it will allow you to grow and develop and improve and, I suppose, to do really well later down the track when you continue on that work, on that job, on that project. I suppose it's the same with learning a language. You know, we need to learn some basic grammar and vocabulary first, and then we build on that. So those basics are what we call the groundwork. We can't speak like a native speaker straight away. We have to start at the bottom and work our way up. Excellent. So look, you can do the groundwork, or you can lay the groundwork. Either of those verbs work with groundwork. Do the groundwork or lay the groundwork. Do you want some examples? I thought so. Let's have a look. So the planning committee will lay the groundwork for the conference that's happening later in the year. Or the groundwork has been done for your upcoming book tour. All that you have to do is prepare your speech, autograph some books and turn up. Or this grammar course provides the groundwork for rapid English development. Exactly. Great. Let's move on to word number 3. The third word that I've chosen for you, which also starts with the letter G, is gravitate. Can you say that? Gravitate. Your turn. Excellent. So if you gravitate, it means that you move towards something, or you're attracted to something, either consciously or unconsciously. You could also move towards someone or be attracted to someone, whether this is consciously or subconsciously, you know. But gravitate is that movement towards, that attraction towards. Yeah, so you might be attracted by a particular place, or a particular maybe thing, object, a particular activity, and you really like it, you really enjoy it, and you want to go there, you want to get involved. Yeah, that's gravitate. Or the same could be true for a person, you know. You gravitate towards a person because you want to spend more time with them. You're drawn towards them because you like them. It's like a magnet, I suppose, you know, that attraction just happens. So that's gravitate, really this automatic movement or attraction towards something or someone, I suppose. Yeah, gravitate. For example, people gravitate towards the beach on a hot day, or traditionally, international students studying at Australian universities gravitate towards business degrees, or the children automatically gravitated towards the toys at the restaurant. There you go. So that's gravitate. I'm sure you gravitate towards things. Have a think about it and what those things or those people really are. Number 4, the word we're looking at now is grimace. Can you say that? Grimace. Great. And look, a grimace is when there is a strange look on your face, you know, a really strange facial expression that is not natural, I suppose, or that is not expected. So you're really pulling a funny face, for example, expressing your disgust or expressing your dislike of something, or just expressing your pain or even your amusement. So, you know, a grimace doesn't look very attractive, okay? Naturally, it's a strange looking face that you don't make very often, but it's giving a reaction to something, and people can see on your face that there's something different. You're having a feeling about something. It might be a very strong negative feeling about something, or you know, you might be in pain, or you might be laughing about something. That's grimace. So look, maybe you grimace when you taste something that you don't like. You know, something could be disgusting or very, very sour. You know, if you bite into a lemon for the first time, the grimace there is that facial expression when you pull your lips and so it's when you taste something and the flavor is unexpected. A grimace could also mean when you're in pain because of maybe an accident, you know, maybe you break a bone and you grimace, or something falls on you and you grimace. Grimace could also be when you laugh at other people's expense. So that really means that you are amused by other people's mistakes or by their embarrassment. You know, you laugh about it, you find it funny. So it's not very nice, but that's another way for grimace. So for example, he grimaced in pain when the brick landed on his toe. Ow! Or the patient grimaced, slightly as the doctor took off the bandages. Yeah. Or it's almost impossible not to grimace when you taste it for the first time because it's just so sour. Or she internally grimaces every time her enemy makes a mistake. That's not very nice. So there you go, that is grimace. Let's move on to the final word for this week, and it is the word gullible. Gullible. Can you say that? Gullible, that's right. So look, if you are gullible, if you're a gullible person, it means that you believe every single thing that you hear. You believe everything you read. It's really easy for people to trick you or to persuade you of something. You're gullible. So you're easily deceived or you're easily tricked. And you're really, I suppose, too willing to believe everything that other people say to you. So you might be a little bit too trusting, I suppose. And people take advantage of you. You know, that's gullible. So you're really easily cheated or tricked because you're too trusting, because you believe that everybody is honest and kind, because you believe everything that everyone says, and you have no hesitation to believe that what people tell you or what people say or write is true. Maybe sometimes it's not. And that's where the problem lies, because you are tricked or you are maybe get upset as a result because you've been gullible. An example might be, he is way too gullible. That's his biggest flaw. People constantly take advantage of him as a result, and it's just not fair. Or this article was written for a gullible audience. It isn't based on truth at all. Or why are you so gullible? Stop being so trusting of absolutely everyone that you meet. So there you go. There are 5 words for this week for episode 15. We've got gabble, groundwork, gravitate, grimace, and gullible. I hope you've really enjoyed learning those words. Your job now is to go and practice. So I'd like you to go and practice those words, you know, say them out loud, write sentences to practice, write a word on your hand to remind yourself to use it throughout the day, throughout the week. And yeah, the more you use it, the more you will internalize this word and the more it will become your own. It will become natural and automatic to use. And that's what we want. So thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to go and visit the Facebook group, The Successful English Learner by Sydney English Teacher, and to download your worksheet for today with all of the meanings, all of the example sentences, and room to write your own. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, ask down here. I'm more than happy to help. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy using these words, and I'll check up on you in a few days to see how you're going. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.